What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron. We're going to do a nice live stream today. We're going to hop in here, get a nice Dynasty startup going on Sleeper. I'll get everybody that's in the chat invited in. We'll talk some strategy. We'll do a little bit of a Q&A if any of you guys have any trade questions or questions in general. How are we doing on this fine Wednesday evening, fellas? What's going on? I'm going to drop the link in the Discord real quick. What's going on, Joey? How are we doing? If you're in here, let me know. Let me know if the sound's okay. Let me know if you can hear everything all right. If the stream is choppy, whatever. How are we doing? I'm going to drop the link in the Discord real quick, and then I'll get the draft set up on my laptop. How are we doing? Noti gang? Yeah, let me know. If you got notifications on, man, let me know. If you got notifications on, man, I got all the respect in the world for you. Let me put this in videos. Should I put it in videos or mock drafts? We'll put it in mock drafts. All right, there we go. How are we doing? Derek's in here. What's going on, brother? We got Scuva. We got Nate. What's up, brother? Scuva, you said everything sounds good. All right, perfect. All right, so let me get this set up on Sleeper. We'll get the draft room set up real quick. But I just did a Dynasty rankings update on the Patreon, so I want to kind of use them to draft here. As always, if you want access to the rankings, rookie rankings, all that, $5, patreon.com/Ron Stewart. But I really like to take them, kind of for a little bit of a test drive when we hop in here and just kind of, cross things off and just kind of see how it drafts. Now, obviously in a normal draft, I never really draft just off the rankings, but I do like to kind of see how it matches up in real time in an actual mock draft. Brock, you're in here. What's going on, brother? EG3, you're popping in. What's going on, man? I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute, but you might have been in like maybe one of my last 3 streams. Brock, you said you've been busy and you missed some lives, but not today. I appreciate that, man. I get it, though. Dude, I've been so busy. Just like, I'm 20 years old. Like, I literally don't even know. I didn't even know how to go about doing taxes, and that was just a shit show. Genuinely don't know what I'm doing. I'm also kind of an idiot. And I'm an idiot in the sense that, like, I am just very disorganized and all over the place at all times. Like, even when I was putting in my college admission stuff, like pushing up against a deadline, kind of got forced into going to Rutgers, and then switched from Rutgers to CCM like in August of that semester. I'm all over the place. I also didn't get my driver's license the minute that I was like eligible because I didn't do my permit driving early enough. I don't know, man. I'm all over the place, dude. It's crazy. All right, so we're gonna do a Dynasty startup, Superflex tight end premium. We'll do 12 rounds. How does that sound, fellas? Nate, you said, how's the day been? Day's been pretty good, man. I stayed up till 3 a.m. writing the video for tomorrow, but that was because I got it done super late last night, sleeped in, did some things today, recorded, had a nice little underdog meeting with everybody else that's in the incubator. By the way, I'm going to probably officially announce it in one of the future videos, but if any of you guys follow me on Twitter, Underdog announced this huge incubator program, which is like, it's an absolute honor to even be mentioned in the same breath as these guys. Like, I don't know if you guys watch Madden, but guys like Xerxes are in there and Swift, and I think the other guy's name is J-Mo. I think I'm actually doing him dirty. It might be ScoMo. Guys with like 6-figure subscriber counts, and I'm in there, the youngest guy in there, the smallest YouTube channel on there, or one of the smaller YouTube channels on there. It's really cool. But yeah, so we all linked up today, and Josh Norris and Hayden were in that Skype call, just kind of talking about some stuff behind the scenes. But really crazy stuff, man. Like, it's wild to even have a seat at that table, to be honest with you guys. All right, I'm just setting up the rules and stuff right now. Derek, you said get an accountant. That's who I was talking with, which was annoying. Brock, you said you made a sophisticated model, bro. You're pretty smart. I'm smart, but I'm a mess. That's the thing. I'm pretty smart, but I'm a mess, man. It's crazy. What's cracking? What's going on, brother? EG3, you said, Ron, you got to drop the Twitter at Ron Stewart _ Boots, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Well deserved, sir. Thank you, brother. Just setting up the rosters at this point. You guys are distracting me, but it's fine. We'll just do something light with like a start 10. So what's this? Yeah, a little start 10. And we'll do 2 bench spots. We'll go 12 rounds today. How does that sound, fellas? Go 1 bench spot. Oh, 1 bench spot, 2 bench spot. Boom. Yeah, I was talking with an accountant, and then I also got to set up an LLC like soon here. Like I'm all over the place, man. Like the thing is, Brock, like you said, it's like making a model, and like I'm not dumb or anything, like of course, but like I very often just kind of get tunnel vision, and I'll just bury my head in like whatever I'm doing, whether that's making videos, the spreadsheets and that stuff, and completely lose sight of stuff that matters or also matters. All right, so the roster stuff is good. The general settings are good. All right, so let me send the link to you guys. I probably should have sent the link in here a while ago, but we'll copy the invite link. We'll drop it in here. Join here. Oh, jeez. Boom. All right, so there's the link. I need to join myself. Let me see what I'm doing real quick. All right, let me... Oh, we're filling right up. We got Bootsy in here. Love to see it. I know you commented earlier, but kind of surprised you're in here on a non-best ball draft. But I appreciate you in here. I feel like you have been in here before. For Dynasty stuff. All right, so that is all squared away. Next order of business is get this on the screen, which should be this one. Boom. Yup. All right, man, so that is, now we are full. All right, so we're going to randomize it in a second. Let me actually just put my face up here real quick. We're going to start it in a second, fellas. Just give me a second. I'm going to pull up my Dynasty rankings real quick, just to kind of peek at as we go, kind of see how things shake out a little bit. As always, is this it? Yeah, patreon.com/Ron Stewart. That's where you can find my Dynasty rankings, rookie rankings, all that good stuff. Whatever. Just might as well put it up while I'm searching for it. I'm actually very excited. My Campus to Canton League is finally going to be switching over to the NFL side very soon. So I'm excited to actually put the rankings to use later on this month. So we'll make a little copy, and then we're good to go. All right. Let me just open it on my other monitor. All right, we're going to get this thing going. That's my B. Damn, Cody got in here. What's up, brother? I'm surprised you're in here. I didn't know we were going to get the big dogs. We got Cody. We got Boots from Twitter. All right, so let me get this going. Boom. We're here. All right, I think we're good. I think this looks good. What do we think? And then what does the comments look like? Ooh, let's get this here. Look at this. All right, we're going to randomize the order. Startup, Superflex, tight end premium, 1.5. 1.5 tight end premium. All right, here we go. We're going to randomize the order and hop right in here. Draft settings, draft order, boom. Wow, the first overall pick. Oh, perfect. He said, all right, so we're on the clock first overall. And here's the crazy part about the new rankings that I just dropped. We are officially a Josh Allen at the 101 channel. And it kind of just comes down to the fact that Mahomes lost his number one weapon in Tyreek Hill. Josh Allen is a madman. He's going to rush for 500 plus yards every year. He just got Stephon Diggs locked in long term. They could draft a wide receiver. Man. You got... What am I trying to say? Pretty much it just comes down to the fact that Stephon Diggs is extended long-term with Josh Allen, and then Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill. Kelsey is kind of on his way out. I don't really trust their front office to bring in a wide receiver that's as good, or not as, no one can really match Tyreek Hill, but to, like, they might just screw up that pick and go with like a Christian Watson at the end of the first and just completely whiff on a more sure thing there. You said doing a non-Superflex startup soon. Where is the tier for you of players where you'd look to trade back in round one? I'd probably want to secure, if I could. I'd probably want to secure Josh Allen, or not Josh Allen. Jonathan Taylor, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Kyle Pitts. I think anything past that, I'm trying to get the hell out of there. Cody said just got off a stream myself. Okay, I see you. I've been seeing the mock drafts and stuff on the Player Profiler channel. I appreciate you popping in. Kleiner, what's going on, brother? Hope I made the draft. You're watching it, but you didn't get into the sleeper draft, I don't think. Nate, you're saying I'm delayed by like 30 seconds on my FAO. Okay. Yeah, I do sometimes wonder. I do feel like I'm way ahead of you guys. I do have to look into that. I don't really know how I can get that to go faster. I am getting a new laptop in like a month, so maybe that'll help. I don't know. I don't know if I have a delay on. I don't know. It is annoying though. That I do feel like I am behind you guys at times, or way ahead of you guys at times. I'm not really sure how I would fix that. If any of you guys out there are tech nerds or anything and can kind of there's my rankings. There we go. Love to see it. You guys just got a peek at the top 36 for free. It's all good, though. A little sneak peek. But I was trying to see how I can freaking make this a little bit better in terms of that. All right, so we got Mahomes, Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson. The market seems to be souring on Kyler Murray. Like, why is he falling to the 107, 108, 109 range? I don't know. That's crazy to me. I don't really understand why people... I mean, I guess it's kind of the offseason stuff, but he's going to have Hopkins back this year. He's going to be insane from a rushing standpoint at all times. I don't know. I think that we're kind of overreacting to... I mean, like, was last year even that bad of a year? He was the QB 10. It's not great. QB 10, QB 3, QB 6. So Najee Harris, Kyle Pitts go off the board. That's usually pretty late for Kyle Pitts. Man, you Najee Harris guys love Najee. I couldn't do Najee over Pitts or Trey Lance. Two running backs set the tone at the end of the round. Love to see it. Also, feel free to rattle off any Dynasty questions you guys have for me, any trade questions. This is pretty much just a Q&A as I'm going on here through this draft. We got Dak, Javonte. Man, I am in my bag that there's such a delay. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know why I'm so far behind. Like, it might just be that my max sucks. I don't know. If anybody has any suggestions there, let me know. Bootsy said the Pitts Lance turn there is fantastic. Yeah, that's like one of the dream starts. I had the 112 for my Dynasty startup video I put out earlier, or maybe on like Sunday, and I was saying I had the 12 spot and I was hoping for Kyle Pitts and Lance to fall to me. Pitts went like 5th overall in that draft though. But if you have the 112 and you can secure Kyle Pitts, Trey Lance, and maybe Deshaun Watson in a league where he'll fall that far, I do that all day long. He said, I think Kyler's falling because of the unfollowing debacle, and I think people think he's playing baseball. I suppose, but I'm not really factoring that into his price for me personally. I think that's a little bit slightly far-fetched, if you will. You said, are you planning doing a Dynasty startup with fans? I plan on doing a Patreon startup. There's going to be people on the Patreon that have been joining that want to do a startup. So I'm going to have first dibs to anybody who's new that joins the Patreon, and then we're going to do a startup probably after the NFL draft. You said, what makes Trey Lance more valuable than T-Law when he hasn't played multiple games yet? Is it the strength of his offense? It's that we're giving him the benefit of the doubt that he hasn't played yet. Trevor Lawrence played, and he sucked, so Trey Lance is kind of a mystery box in that sense. He also has higher rushing upside. And in the games that he did play, the 3 games he did play, he scored a ton of fantasy points. So for that reason, he kind of proves himself. Or he at least shows the upside and is a little bit more insulated. Because he hasn't started any games yet, or started many games, you can get like 5, 6, 7 bad games out of Trey Lance, and it probably won't hurt his market value. But if Trey Lance if Trevor Lawrence comes out there in like week 1, 2, 3, and he still sucks, his dynasty market value probably plummets to Mac Jones range. I don't think that's that crazy to say. You said, I joined my first dynasty startup league this year. Draft isn't for a few months. Do you ever do auction drafts? I don't. I would like to get into them, but they're so confusing that it's tough. And I know that people like them. There's a skill gap, and I think that's cool. For me, what it really just comes down to is, I don't know, man. When it comes to fantasy football, I am kind of a snob and like almost being like a purist, where I kind of just prefer the standard format. And so we're here at the turn. For me, this is pretty easily Russell Wilson if he's available. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson, I think that they're going to crank up the pass, I think he's going to have the highest pass volume of his entire career. Judy, Alberto, Sutton, Javonte Williams out of the backfield. I'm very excited for Russell Wilson this year. I think I'll probably have him a ton in redraft. I think in Dynasty, I have him over Trevor Lawrence. I don't see a huge difference between Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott. Like, I would take Russell in this range. But you said, yeah, so when it comes to like playing fantasy, I'm kind of a snob where I just prefer, kind of like in poker with like Texas Hold'em, I just prefer the traditional format. So when you start branching out of there, I get the appeal. I don't think I would do an auction startup, but an auction redraft league is fun, but it also just takes so much time. But I think it is fun. I think an in-person auction is really cool. Is a really cool idea too. Football therapist, you said, what streaming platform do you use? Usually most streaming platforms put a delay in and could be part of the advanced settings. Had to do it with OBS. I actually got to look into that. I use Ecamm Live on my Mac, which is like pretty shitty streaming software. So I gotta see that. That probably is in the advanced settings. I'm debating messing around with it right now. That's the question. Should I mess around with it right now? But I think I'm going to just kind of. Brock, you said Swift falling this far is wild to me. I agree. I have Swift right in this Breece Hall, McCaffrey, Williams range. You said you traded Pitts and a non-tight end premium for Kyler, a couple other things involved, but that was the gist of the trade. I would do that all day. You said I'm going to be able to snipe you? Yeah, we're back to back, Brock. Is Hurts worth a 2023 first? I think I would probably prefer Jalen Hurts to a random 23 first, but it's close. Would you trade the 101 for AJ Brown and the 109? I would consider trading the 101 straight up for AJ Brown. So if you could do that trade, please. If that's sitting in your inbox and it's, I mean, even in 1QB, I guess in 1QB it's a little bit closer, but and you said I'll take Kupp at the 210 every day. I don't love Kupp in the second. I think Kupp in the second's a little bit tricky when you can get like Devontae Adams like 2 rounds later. Kupp is just a little bit tricky just because it was his first year ever being that dominant. And I'm not saying he can't do it, but he's like 29. It just gets tough. I think his value is going to kind of fall off a cliff here. But, I mean, like, if you're in the business of winning, he is that guy. You said, I doubt the offense will be bad, and with the rushing upside at worst, he's going to be Jalen Hurts in a great offense with a high team investment. Talking about Trey Lance, I agree. Grant Harrison, auctions are fun but take too long. Yeah, I agree. You said you would have taken Russ if you knew it was third round reversal. Oh, you were thinking somebody was going to come back to you? One of like Fields, Hurts, or Rodgers, I'm assuming. You said you always do auction for redraft. You can get anyone you want if you're willing to pay for them. That makes sense. I do just kind of like what am I trying to say? I do just like the standard snake draft. Why don't I like Najee Harris compared to the market? At least he is literally a month younger than Josh Jacobs. Like the market doesn't understand that Najee Harris, even though he's in his second year and he was just a rookie, he is literally 24. He is older than Jonathan Taylor. He's older than DeAndre Swift by more than a year. He is only a month younger than Josh Jacobs, and his production is pretty much going to be on par with a Josh Jacobs. It's just really tough, man. I think if next year he gives you a back end RB1 finish, you're going to look up and he is going to be valued around the RB15. He's just a fragile asset. He wasn't super efficient. I just don't think he has a difference-making top 5, 20 point per game plus type season. That's just kind of where I stand with him. Said third round reversal sucks. In my opinion, this isn't NBA fantasy. I disagree with you there, brother. If I could stack Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, and come back around and get Fields, Metcalf, Debo, any of these guys, it'd be a problem. Board's looking a lot thinner at this point. I got some ideas, though. I'm trying to see who I even have left on my board. Well, we got some studs available. We got studs. Don't do it, Brock. I'm begging you. I got 2 names that I'm going to go rapid fire. Please. Please don't do this. Love it. Look at this. I'm either an idiot and these guys have already been taken. Yeah, let me just make sure I'm not being an idiot. Yeah, you guys are wild. Give me Deontay Johnson and DJ Moore at the turn. I had to hit you with that. I'm sorry, guys. You guys goofed. You goofed. I had to hit you with that. Danny said invite you to the next one. I don't think I'm going to do another one, but of course. Rocky said you would have considered a trade up for Stafford there. I have Stafford at 31st in the ranks, so what's that, like mid-third? That's about where I have him. I think that's a really steep price for Aaron Rodgers, though. Marky said, what's up? What's going on, brother? Tony or Carter? It's really close. It's really close, but I almost lean Kadarius Toney. I don't know what what do I have it in the ranks? Let me see. Oh, I got Kadarius Toney there by a lot. Yeah, Mark knows what's up. Third on reversal is goated. Ron, no, you took my guys I wanted next. Yeah, dude. I double tapped that. As Boots said. My bad I don't know why I said that. Get murked, fellas. I killed you guys. This is insane. Look at this. This is beautiful. Oh my god. Let me just put mine in the spotlight real quick. Whew. I'm literally feeling things. Said, how do you value QBs in Dynasty startups, 1 quarterback, non-superflex? Literally, kick them to the dirt. I want the shittiest QBs possible in that format. Like, give me Kirk Cousins, give me Tom Brady's. I'm not spending anything on quarterback. Yeah, I agree. I prefer Tony there as well. I gotta look, man. We're pumping. What, we got 30 people in here? Sheesh. Damn, boy. I was gonna pause this and kind of fix the settings. You guys got me down bad right now. Danny, they're telling me that the stream is pretty backed up. Let me know, fellas. Let me know as I say this. What pick just went? Let me know. You guys actually have me down so horrendous. Maybe even tell me how many seconds are on the clock for whatever player. I'm down bad. I really don't like that I'm not up to speed with you guys. I hate that apparently I'm like 30 seconds behind. So next time I stream, I'm going to go into the settings and get that fixed, but very annoying. Danny said Cheeks Ben spread. I'm telling you with a team like this, man, team like this, you guys ever seen the league? You got to go in there. Oh, what's that guy's name? Roxon? A little roster bait action. Dude, Deontay Johnson, DJ Moore at the turn. Woo-wee! Guy's making me feel things. That's beautiful right here. My God. Said feeling good owning three of the top six wide receivers drafted here in the FSE Dynasty League, along with 2 quarterbacks in the first 2 rounds. Let me see. What do you got going on here? Oh no, you're just in their Dynasty League? Okay, I see you. Can I get a year? How are we doing? You said Diggs. Yeah, I like Diggs too. I have Diggs in that same tier with DJ Moore and Deontay Johnson. You guys are saying 406. Oh, jeez, dude. Oh, jeez. You guys are killing me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I take the screen, just put me here while we wait for the picks to come back around and see if I can fix it on the fly, or is this kind of just fine? Let me know. Leo, you're saying that it's on their end and they just got to set the playback speed to 2? Possible. Klein, you said you love when I get gassed up. Got my toes curling and shit over here, boy. Said come deal me lamb. When you say tight end premium, what does that usually mean? I think my league gives tight ends an extra 0.5 PPR over other players. Does that make them that much more valuable? That's exactly what I mean. Just having a 0.5 point per reception more than 1. So what was I about to say? Yeah, so it does make them just that much more valuable just because they're now sort of on an even playing field with the rest of the positions, and you can flex a little bit more of them if you want to. So it does give them a little bit more value. Yeah, Willis is a steal here. I honestly was kind of sleeping on the rookies in this draft. I kind of forgot, but with Deontay Johnson, DJ Moore on the board, I think I have Malik Willis in the same tier as them. Yeah, I have him in the same tier but behind them. But yeah, you guys let Willis slide way too far. That's a great pick by Boots. Boots, you said I don't think it's a problem, to be honest. Okay, I was honestly in my bag for a second. I was sad. It is just tough because I feel like, I don't know, man. It feels like I'm not up to speed with you guys. I want to be one with the stream. So we're all here together. I feel like I'm telling you guys the future. You said right now is the best time to get those vet assets in the summer, and in season I like the younger guys. Yeah, I can get behind that. I think still though 210 Cup is really keeping up his price here, even in the offseason. You're trying to get Nathan to sell Lamb to you? Hey, no. CeeDee Lamb's just expensive Kadarius Toney, man. Both are just relying on high target rates to transfer, or high targets per out run to transfer once they get more routes. Just trade CeeDee Lamb into like Kadarius Toney and 223 first, man. So Jamar Chase or Waddle McLaurin, a 23 second. Give me Chase. Give me Chase by a decent bit there. Maybe I'm an idiot. You said just 2x the speed and ETN just went. Damn it, I'm not even getting to your comments. Huh. All right, so let's scroll down a little bit here. So we got ETN go, Derrick Henry go. I feel like I'm not paying attention to the draft at all, which I don't know. Do you guys prefer that I'm more active in the chat, reading things and responding to things, or should I be sort of commenting on the draft, I guess? Malik Willis goes, Burks, London, McLaurin, Wilson for Boots. Another great value for Boots, man. Boots is kind of dotting you guys up right now. I think Boots is one of the only guys that can touch my start here. Kyler, McCaffrey, Waddle, Wilson, and Malik Willis is actually really, really nice. I don't mind the start here from Wanted Alex as well. These are all pretty solid, honestly. All right, so we're going to scroll down a little bit, or we'll just leave it here, actually. Said, nah, bro, my boy CeeDee Lamb cracked. Might have reached on Cup a bit, but just trying to justify my pick. But hey, Stafford always feeds his wide receivers. You didn't reach though. That's his ADP. I just think 210's a little bit steep. 210's just a little bit steep for me. A little too rich for my blood. So to react to draft question mark. That's just when I kind of talk about the picks and ignore you guys a little bit. But we got Jacobs, Chubb, Kamara. What other running backs are on the board for them to be going here? Wow, Jacobs and Chubb over Kenneth Walker. Come on, I'm not even a Walker guy. Godwin, Elijah Moore, Hobb. I mean, there's some interesting guys on the board. Thoughts on Damon as a hero RB? He works. He's a top 12ish type guy. Is this seasonal or Dynasty though? I got some names I got an eye on. Let me see. Damn. Brock takes Elijah Moore right before I'm there. I actually would have loved Elijah Moore there. So, what running backs are even available at this point? Nothing that I'm interested in. Okay, that's good. Gotta be honest here. Kelsey is very interesting. I think Kelsey's interesting. I mean, Kelsey at the 512, I think probably has to happen. So we'll start that at the turn with a minute timer. You guys are really pushing me up against the wall here. After that though, what are we looking at? Pittman, Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Godwin just went. Man, oh man. All right, so we're going to go Kelsey for sure. Kelsey has to be the pick. After that, it gets really tricky. This 601 sucks. Like, whoever I take here, I'm reaching on. I suppose... I mean, the guy I'm looking at here, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm looking at Marquise Brown. I'm looking at Zach Wilson, but I don't really want my third quarterback. I think in a normal draft, I'd probably just take Zach Wilson and then trade somebody. Man, this feels super expensive for Marquise Brown. I got to be honest, but I think I'm going to go with him. We'll go Marquise. Where is he? Am I an idiot and he was already taken? No. Sleeper's just sleeping that hard. All right, there he is. Marquise Brown. I don't hate that start. That's fun. Oh, man. I have missed a lot of your guys' messages here. Is it typical Kenneth Walker goes after Wilson, London, and Burks? Yeah. Or, I mean, maybe not typical in a normal draft, but in a Ron Stewart draft room, probably. Jacobs is the most underrated RB in fantasy right now. He gets top 12 finishes every year, and you can get him as your RB3 in most drafts. I mean, he was giving you like 15 points per game last year. That's okay, but I'm just not really down to pay a premium for that. I want to get shares of DJ Moore, but he'll never have a good QB in his career, so it's never worth it. I guess, but it can always change. You can get Malik Willis at 6 overall. I'm not wrong, but I wouldn't like Dobbins as my hero RB. Just feel like his upside is limited with the lack of pass catching. That's fair, but I think he'll anchor you in enough. I think that he probably will win on efficiency. He could easily get that Mark Ingram type spike touchdown year if Lamar Jackson carries that offense. There you said Jacobs is a round 1 RB. How can you draft Walker over him unless he gets round 1 draft capital? Because Jacobs is on year 4. He's older. His value is going to fall off a cliff. He's already shown that he can't produce high-end RB1 numbers. He's just going to give you that middling back-end RB1 type finish. I mean, you could say that, like, how could you draft Kenneth Walker over Melvin Gordon or Todd Gurley or Ezekiel Elliott? The time has passed. Josh Jacobs, he's in, what, year 4 now? He's in year 4 now. He doesn't catch passes. He hasn't shown that he has any major upside. Kenneth Walker, I think, is 21, so you're at least getting some insulation there. At least I know I can always get Pittman in a Ron mock, 100%. I will say, though, dude, I have him right now ranked 68th overall. And I took Marquise Brown 59th overall. So, I mean, 68th overall, I don't know what that is in terms of pick, but I'm actually not that low on Michael Pittman anymore. Boot just said, oh, that was just rude. What, the Marquise Brown pick? Brock, you said this is one of those teams where you throw Eckler on the block. I think that makes a lot of sense. Mark, you said not a Judy guy. I actually don't mind Judy. This is another one where I have Judy ranked 69th. I have Marquise Brown ranked 59th. So I prefer Marquise Brown to Judy. But Judy at the end of the 6th round for me is fine. I've kind of grown out of my sell Judy at all costs. I think that in startups he's going reasonable prices. I think keep trade cut. He's getting pushed up for no reason. But you said you legit have my 3 favorite wide receiver values this year. Hey man, great minds, brother. Gabe Davis or Judy? Judy by a lot. Judy's actually shown that he can earn targets. I think that he was a way better prospect. You said hate this 5-6 turn. I had to reach on someone. Yeah, the 5-6 turn sucks. It sucks. I'm lucky that I got Kelsey to fall to me. So the 5-6 range is one of those picks I love to use to trade up in a startup. The players here just aren't worth it. Yeah, I agree. Said for me, my hero RB. You said for me, my hero RB has to catch passes or have top 5 to 7 RB potential if he doesn't catch passes. I guess that's fair. I just think I think you can get a little bit thinner with your hero RB if you want. You can get. I mean, I guess you do make some good points. You're using raw targets, brother. That's the problem. You're rewarding him for just staying healthy. Everybody got hurt last year too. If you're just using raw targets, it's not great. He doesn't catch passes at a rate where he'll give you difference-making production. I just don't see how he has a top 5 season ever. And if that's the case, I don't know why I would pay for Josh Jacobs there when you can just pay for Ezekiel Elliott later, Aaron Jones later, Leonard Fournette later. I would literally prefer Fournette to Josh Jacobs and David Montgomery in redrafts. James Conner. I don't know. I think it's a bad use of resources here when you have guys like Kirk and Judy and Keenan Allen and Amon-Ra St. Brown here. That's just how I build. That's just how I structure my teams personally. There, you said y'all treat RBs like I treat women. 1 year, maybe 2 tops, then it's next. Hey, man. Gotta just charge it to the game, brother. Your team Jacobs, I know you are. And that's fine. I can respect it. I get it. I get the appeal. EG3, you like Michael Carter? I think I had him as a sell in the last Dynasty buy and sell video. I'm not a fan of Carter as a Jets fan, but I'm kind of hard on all the Jets guys. Brock, that's where I have him too. I'm staring at the ranks right now. I have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Michael Pittman, Jerry Jeudy. Those are like 3 in a row right there. Mark, now you're talking my language, brother. Why does everyone love Jacobs? His best finish wasn't even all that. 1K rushing yards, 200 receiving yards. If he had a higher ceiling, I'd be down, but we should have seen it by now. Yeah, I completely agree. He is just like a classic RB2, and I think you can just get that elsewhere. Even in Dynasty leagues, the benches are so deep. If you just stack enough running backs, you will supplement that production, and if you can't, you can just spend a second on a Leonard Fournette or an Ezekiel Elliott or a James Conner and replace that production without having to pay a 5th-round startup pick. That's just how I view it personally. Maybe make this longer. Boom. That looks better, I think. All right, so we have Spiller go, Tua. Man, Zach Wilson slipped. I was thinking about taking Zach Wilson here if I didn't have quarterbacks. He said, how do you feel about Antonio Gibson as an RB2? He's a perfect RB2. Or I mean, he's not a perfect RB2, but he's like a more than qualified RB2. I actually would like him as a hero RB in some builds. I think that he'll actually be a fun, like DeAndre Swift was a really fun hero RB last year, and Overzet talks about this, P Overzet, where you can do one of those hero RB, zero RB type structures, and you can kind of alter it in a creative, like unique type way, where last year you could do hero RB, and hero RBs usually take a running back in the first 2 rounds, and then you don't hit it till later. His hero RB strategy would be take DeAndre Swift in the 3rd round, so you can stack up 2 wide receivers in the first 2 rounds and still have your hero RB who has monster upside, because we all kind of thought, or a lot of the zero RB guys thought that DeAndre Swift was being heavily undervalued, even among guys who like running backs. So if you can identify, Antonio Gibson goes early 3rd this year, like a Saquon Barkley goes early 3rd this year, you can start getting very creative with your hero running back. You said vets are incredibly undervalued this year from what I've seen. Seems like people factor in too much. Case in point, Amon-Ra St. Brown just went over Mike Evans and Cooper. Yeah, it's close there. It's close. So tomorrow, Amon-Ra St. Brown, thoughts? He's solid, man. I don't really believe in the idea that a lot of people are down on Amon-Ra St. Brown because the Swift got hurt, Hawkinson got hurt, and people kind of just are discounting the fact that he commanded so many touches or targets and that he dominated down the stretch. But in the NFL, targets are earned. We saw that with Jalen Reagor. He walked into an empty wide receiver room, produced nothing. Same thing with Bryan Edwards. In the NFL, you can't just walk into an empty wide receiver room and do what Amon-Ra St. Brown did if you're not good at football. Amon-Ra St. Brown, very good at football. He was a strong prospect that just didn't get the draft capital we were hoping for. The analytics community loved him. He just fell to the 4th round for whatever reason. In my eyes, I have him in the same tier of Mike Evans, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Hopkins. I think that he's around like wide receiver 27 for me. I'm a fan. I think that I'll have some of them in redraft. You said not a fan of the Jacobs, Mitchell, Monty, even down to Chubb unless Hunt is gone. I feel like the difference between them, Zeke, Aaron Jones, and Fournette isn't a lot. Yeah, exactly. It's really not. The production they're giving you isn't any different. All right, so I'm being a little bit of an idiot. I have no idea who's next on my board. Actually, I have an idea. Fellas, you guys are just going to let me toast you. This is tough. We're going to go, first up, we're going to go Michael Thomas. I love that pick here. Then after that, it gets very tricky for me. I'm thinking about hitting running back here. Mooney is gone. Yeah. You guys really going to make me double tap wide receiver again? What do we got at tight end? Nothing. Okay, cool. I don't want tight end anyways. Quarterback. Man, you guys are letting wide receivers kind of slip here, which is kind of weird for a draft on my channel. So we'll go Michael Thomas. After that, though, I have no idea what I want to do. I actually have an idea, which is fun. Actually, I'll stack him with Russ. We'll go. Am I being an idiot, or is Cortland Sutton up here? Yeah. So let's go Cortland Sutton. Boom. I know I haven't taken a running back yet. Please bear with me. Please just understand that this is kind of what I do sometimes. This would be, if I could do this in an actual startup, this would be a dream to pull off. Sutton, Michael Thomas, Marquise Brown, Deontay Johnson, DJ Moore, plus Josh Allen and Russell Wilson and Kelsey. I have an advantage at every position except for running back, which is ideally what you want in a zero RB build. You want to be strong everywhere else but RB, and you can kind of make up that difference later. He said, I finally got off the Pittman hit train. You remember how much I hated that, man? Yeah, dude. It was tough scenes, but he came out and posted a big boy target share, and I have no choice but to respect it. You said, sadly, Michael Carter will be to Breece Hall what Nyheim Hines is to Jonathan Taylor. What are you saying? You saying the Jets are taking Breece Hall in the second? As a Jets fan and as a data guy who is very much team running back doesn't matter, I'm kind of down for the Jets to take Breece Hall, man. I'm kind of down for it. Give Zach Wilson something. Like, this is my most like hand in the dirt football bro film grinder type take, but let Zach Wilson have something like a aspect of the offense that can take the pressure off of him, especially if we can go tackle at 4 spot, and we can have Becton, Vera Tucker, Ekwonu, or Neal. or even Cross, and then you would get Tomlinson at right guard. I don't even know who our center is right now, but you get all that going. You get Breece Hall in the backfield, and then you can kind of run play action off that to Elijah Moore and Corey Davis, and then maybe a Sky Moore, George Pickens in the second round. Come on, man. GM me already. I trust Joe Douglas, though. You said, where do you think Breece Hall jumps to if he lands in Buffalo in the first? If he goes to Buffalo in the first, in a startup, dude, he probably goes here. Like, maybe even, like, people might even put him at RB2 if that happened. I got to be honest. Hasbullah, you're in here. What's going on, brother? You said Swift and Carter or Etienne in the 101. Oof. That's a close one, dude. That's a close one. I think Swift and Carter or Etienne in the 101. I'd be trying to get off Carter, man, but I think I would still. I think I would take 101 in Etienne's side. I think that Swift and Breece Hall are in the same tier, and going from Carter to Etienne's a pretty big jump. So I think I go that way. I would pass on there when you passed on Josh Jacobs. I would have passed on him for Elijah Moore. I know you hate Elijah Moore though. I would have passed on him for Elijah Moore, Marquise Brown. Really anybody here. If you like Judy, Keenan Allen, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Zach Wilson, even Godwin. I don't know if you're a Godwin guy, but everyone, different strokes for different folks, man. If you like Josh Jacobs on your team, and I know you do, Derek, that's all you. Taking over games like Amon-Ra St. Brown did translates. Clearly he can put the team on his back like a Mike Williams when they need him to. Should have solid spike weeks. I agree. Said man is clearly good in terms of Amon-Ra St. Brown. I agree. Dude, I'm telling you, my team is sick. Bro, you said snipe counter. You got me with Elijah Moore. You said our mock draft games are similar. I wish I could pull one off like this in a real startup, man. Fournette at 8.3 is good value. Yeah, I don't mind it. You said I loved the Swift Hero RB thing when he was falling because of the groin, and William Scare got Adams, Jefferson, Swift, Cup, Lockett, Robbie Anderson, and Fournette. Yeah, that is how you do a hero RB in like the most optimal fashion. I haven't really honed in on any redraft analysis yet, man. But if those round 3 running backs, if we get Saquon to go around that 302, 303, 304 spot, man, I'm so down. You said, I think it's more likely that the Jets go Walker and create a Chubb Hunt type duo. I could see it. You said, where do I have DeAndre? Derek, you're going to hate this answer. I know you're really not going to like this answer, Derek. You're saying, where do you have Debo? Where do you have DeAndre Swift, and where do you have Jacobs in your dynasty rankings? I have DeAndre Swift 16th, so I think that's the 204. And you're going to hate this, I have Josh Jacobs 79. So I don't know what the math is on that. 5 times 12, no. 6 times 12 is 72. So I think a 7th rounder. I have him around here. Who would you pivot off of Michael Carter for player-wise? If I could go for Michael Carter, just looking at where EJ3 took him, if I could pivot off Michael Carter for Amon-Ra St. Brown, I would. If I can go from Michael Carter and pay up to a Saquon, I would do that as well. If I could do Michael Carter and like a second for Saquon Barkley, I think that could happen in some places. I'm trying to see where else you could go here. But yeah, I think if I could go from Michael Carter to Saquon, I would. Or I would go Michael Carter down somewhere, or Michael Carter and a piece and go up and try and get a DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, any of the quarterbacks in this range. You said, I love my team. I just wish I had taken Deontay and then taken Gibson/Akers where I took Eckler. Yeah, I probably wasn't going to touch Gibson, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done there. You said thoughts on non-Deontay Steelers pass catchers. I actually really like Claypool. I hope he does well. It was a little bit disappointing, or it was actually really disappointing what he did last year. I think he was my most owned wide receiver in best ball, and he sucked. So it's really tough to say. It's really tough to say. I mean, I like Claypool. At his price, I'm into him. Like this 8th round spot, I think is fine for Claypool. You know, right in this range, I think Claypool is a good grab there. I think he has as high upside as anybody, just given his size, his year 1 performance. We're just hoping that Ben's ADOT was really what was holding him back. I think I'm gonna love him in redraft. He seems like he's going around like wide receiver 40 type prices, so I'm very much into that. You said I don't take rookie QBs until I know landing spot. I'm a QB landing spot snob. I'm kind of the opposite of that, but I respect it. I know Bush is too over at Fantasy Stock Exchange, where they have, or where he believes in, what the hell is it? Nurture over nature, or nature over nurture, or something. But he prefers that as well. And there is some. I will agree that if a guy goes to the Patriots, the Steelers, the Niners, something like that, there is some of that there. But I do think as well, like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert and Kyler Murray, who went to teams, or I guess let's not use Justin Herbert, but Kyler Murray and I guess Joe Burrow is like the biggest example, just going to a shitbox team in the Bengals and balling out and turning around the franchise. I think that if the quarterback's special enough, he can just win against all odds. Hot take, card over Saquon. EG3, those are fighting words, brother. Hasbullah, brilliant advice, brother. Yeah, let me know if any of those go through, man. How do you feel about just drafting a ton of quarterbacks around here, knowing they have a huge trade value in Superflex Dynasty? I don't love it. One, just like ethically, it's not great. Like if you want to take like 4, fine. But I think at a certain point, if let's say you just take 6 straight quarterbacks and you hoard them, I don't know. I haven't seen it in practice, but I'd imagine that you'd probably have to sell some of them below ticket price or sticker price, where you'd probably have to sell some of them for 80% of their value, because people know, hey, this guy's now desperate to move these guys off his team so he can compete. So it gets kind of tough. Can we get a Winnie future? Winnie's upstairs, but one of these days. I'm trying to. I gotta ask Underdog. My mom wants Underdog to send us something for Winnie to wear. All right, so we're on the clock, and I haven't been paying the most attention to my draft board, so let's take a look at that. Oh boy. All right, so we got our back against the wall here a little bit. Our back is certainly against the wall here. So has Mike Williams gone off the board? No, dude, you guys are gonna make me take Mike Williams? I don't even like Mike Williams, man. You guys already took Corral. I mean, I don't need any of these quarterbacks. What running backs are available? Give me Aaron Jones. I'm fine with Aaron. Let's go Aaron Jones. Mike Williams is on my mind. So is James Conner, though. Mike Williams is on my mind. Juju's on my mind. Do I just lock in two running backs here? What would I be looking at that next turn? Guys like Damian Harris. I don't think any of the guys I want to fall back to me are going to be here. This is kind of just what happens with being at the turn, but we'll go James Conner here. Dude, this is a sick team. This team is sick. Look at this, man. Look at this. What a team. I wish that this was my team. I wish it was. This is amazing. You said the only exception... Hold on, what the hell am I talking about? You said Saquon, Gibson, and maybe even Akers could be a nice in the third. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Those are 3 names I've been looking at for sure. You said, yeah, the only exception this year for me is Willis. No other QB is special enough to do that. Yeah, I can actually get that, where if Matt Corral or Kenny Pickett went to one of those, like if Kenny Pickett went to the Steelers or something, then that would give him a little bit of a boost. You said you wouldn't be able to get the top tier QBs anyway to make that start viable. The idea would be is, let's say you're me. I mean, let's say you're here. You could go or let's actually say here, you go Kyler, you go Russ, you come back, you take like Stafford, and you take Willis. That is interesting. That's an interesting idea. I don't know how you maneuver from there, and I don't know how you get the rest of your league to pay for quarterback at a premium or at startup value, knowing that you need to make moves to then compete. Quarterbacks is tough, man. It's hard to get market value on all those top-end guys. You said Aaron Jones finishes as wide receiver 1. Why? Because when Devontae Adams is out, he gets so many catches. I don't even hate that take. I think that he's going to get a ton of receiving work. He said, I think talent over situation, even for QBs, if you're talented enough, like Watson, Herbert, Burrow, Kyler. Exactly. Deshaun Watson on Texans is a great example. He said Connor over Jones. I picked both, Danny. But I think I prefer Aaron Jones. I think I do in Dynasty. I think that Aaron Jones is just a better ball player. That's my hand in the dirt, film grinder, tone setter take. Said, yeah, you can contend and still have long-term flexibility with those wide receivers. Yeah, dude, I love this team, dude. I can compete. I can compete year one with this team, dude. Dude, I'm very happy with this team. Very happy. Especially considering that this is a Ron Stewart mock draft and all of you guys are my subs or Discord members. By the way, if you're not already in the Discord's free to enter or free to join in the description. This is where I put links to the mocks and everything, and I hop in there and talk trade, talk fantasy advice sometimes in those channels. So if you want to just be a part of the community, down below in the description is the Discord. Also, I don't even know if the link works, so if anybody can join and tell me if the link works, that'd be huge. But yeah, rattle away. Any other Q&A y'all got? I did kind of gloss over some that were far back because I was trying to catch up so hard. Said more of a joke. Yeah, I get it. His splits with him with that are crazy. You said you get it when I'm dealing with old head RBs. I'm taking the one with a better path to year one ceiling, which Connor does. Yeah, but what happens if they take Breece Hall? No, I'm just playing. It's close. I have them both in the same tier. I think I have. I'm looking at it now. I have James Conner 103, and I have Aaron Jones 96. So almost back to back. It's really whatever. Said thoughts on Ridley. Well, thoughts on Ridley once he's back. I think he'll be a stud once he's back. I think the problem with Ridley is really just how long that will be. Which who knows? I guess it'll be a year. Maybe I'm kind of an idiot, dude, but I think a whole year-long suspension for what he did is wild. He didn't fix any games. He didn't bet a crazy amount. I know they kind of have to set that precedent, dude, but it's so wrong to after he already sat out like an entire year last year for his mental health to take football away from him for another year. It's a lot for me. It's a lot for me, dude. I think it's a little bit crazy to suspend him for a full year. But maybe I'm just, maybe I'm too lenient, I guess. He said, "What's up, man? Have you heard any news on Kamara? Also, where would you take him?" I have heard some rumblings, I guess you want to call it, but I've heard the Twitter like lawyer guy who breaks down the lawsuit stuff. He's pretty concerned about Alvin Kamara. In Dynasty, I think that what that means for me is I would probably not be trying to take him unless if he's at the back end of that tier with like Eckler, Mixon, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook. After that, you can take Kamara, and I think in the 5th round, that's like fine. It's something to keep an eye on. I'm still not super worried. You can even see the same thing for Dalvin Cook. He's also got something kind of lingering. It's tough. It's tough for me to say anything concrete before we get anything concrete about it. He said, don't get me wrong, I will take QBs based on talent, but for example, I preferred Lance over Lawrence last year just because of landing spot and rushing upside. Yeah, I don't hate it. Yeah, exactly. Like Calvin Ridley literally wasn't even playing. He didn't even step on the football field. Like that's crazy to me. He said, can't wait for the wide receiver. Eagles take at 15 to come at a huge discount. Yeah, dude. I think it's probably going to be, I would love to see, or maybe not love to see, but I think Treylon Burks, dude. I think Treylon Burks is going to be a guy you're going to be able to get like 106, 107, 108 if he doesn't get a good landing spot. I used tomorrow I'm going to have a rookie mock coming out that's similar to what Danny and Bush did on the stock exchange where you do a rookie mock draft that's based on the landing spot of another mock draft. And I did Jordan Reed's, and Treylon Burks went to the Titans at 26 overall. I think if that happened, I think that he would maybe not plummet, but I think if that happened, he'd probably be like a 107, 108, 109 guy, and he probably wouldn't really budge for me. Bloody, you said, I traded Tyreek Hill, Christian Kirk, 2023 second, and 2022 third for Miles Sanders, OBJ, the 107, and a 23 first. Man, that's a loaded trade. That's a loaded trade. I think I probably prefer your side, but it's close. I think Tyreek Hill is probably worth the 107 and a 23 first. So like Kirk, a 23 second, and a third for Miles Sanders at OBJ. It's close. It's close. It's close. I don't know. I think I maybe prefer the liquidity, but it's tough. EG3, you said you feel that. Danny, you're saying you fleeced him? Okay. Or he fleeced him? I think it's a little bit closer than that, but you said also he bet on the Falcons to win, so we know he didn't win anything. Yeah. It's not like he won anything or he fixed anything. You said, yes, sir. We got one coming tonight, too. I'm editing it right now. Okay, I see you. You doing Kuipers? Okay. You said that would be crazy. The Titans are a great landing spot. I don't think the market would see that. Low passing volume, A.J. Brown's already there. What I said in the video pretty much was that if in that scenario, Treylon Burks goes first round, I think in that scenario, they're probably not looking to sign A.J. Brown after he walks this year. Like, I don't think you take Burks first round if you plan to extend A.J. Brown after his rookie deal. So in that case, you probably don't really have to worry about A.J. Brown past year one, which I think is fine. He said, I also think Pickens can be the best receiver from this draft. He looks special for a guy his size. He gets mixed reviews. I don't really have a feeling about him. Either way, I'm down to swing on the upside, but I don't think he's a lock to be like the best wide receiver by any means. So, man, oh man, we are once again on the clock, and I wasn't updating my draft board. Is Mike Williams gone? He is. Juju's gone. Allen Robinson is gone. Oh boy. Our back is a little bit against the wall here. What rookie wide receivers have gone? Has Sky Moore gone? Yep. Olave. Has Pickens gone? Yep. Oh man. Wow, this is tough. We will go Thielen here. Where's Lockett? Is Lockett still available? Am I being an idiot? Somebody already took Lockett. Okay. So Lockett's gone. Danny Dimes is available. I don't really want him, though. We're saying Damian Harris is already gone. Damian Harris is gone. I'm kind of down to reach a little bit on a running back here just for the sake of this mock. Let's go Rashad Penny. I think Rashad Penny would be fun. Let's do that. We'll go Rashad Penny there. Boom. And then, in theory, the rest of this draft, I would probably take another one or two wide receivers and then really pound running backs in that Melvin Gordon range. Do I like Grant Calcaterra? I don't know a ton about his profile, and I don't really like him as a prospect, but I think it's really cool that has a shot at the NFL after, I think he had to quit football. He was playing at Oklahoma, and he got too many concussions and had to go be a firefighter for a little bit. So it's really cool that he's going to get drafted. Calvin, you said just traded the 108, 111 Michael Carter and the 304 and a 311 for the 101 and the 201. I love that. You murdered him. They haven't had a losing season in 6 years. They are well ran, and Tannehill is fine for fantasy. Yeah, but I mean, low passing volume. A.J. Brown's there. But who would you pick at 107 in a one quarterback dynasty rookie draft? And one quarterback, that's tough. You said I traded for Herbert Cooks 203. Traded for Herbert Cooks 203. 2023 third. Second for McCaffrey, Wilson, Cooper. I think in that trade, I probably prefer Herbert regardless. It's close. Danny, you said you hate players period. No, yeah, Pickens' range of outcomes is massive, and I am willing to see the upside, and I'm down to swing on it, but I can't sit here and say he is a surefire lock to be sick. It's tough. So Henry is 28. How long do we think they will be this run-first offense if they have Brown and Burks? Yeah, that's also what I said in the video, where in a world where they take Burks in the first round, you can kind of talk yourself into Robert Woods, Burks, A.J. Brown, and them just passing the ball more, running more play action, and not running Derrick Henry into the ground. You said Penny's your RB2? What do you mean by that? You mean your RB2 overall in fantasy? So don't get me wrong, the Titans don't help Burks' stock, but it doesn't hurt it. I think, Brock, I think you're right, and that's how I would think about it. I think in the eyes of ADP in the market, though, I think he would slide if he went to the Titans. I think he would. I think if he goes to the Titans, and let's say, I think that people would probably push Jameson Williams ahead of him if they wanted to and they really liked him. Then Kenneth Walker, too, if he got a second-round spot and a good landing spot. Maybe Pickett if he goes like top 12 or something. I don't know. I think he could get pushed back, though. I think you're going to be surprised what price you can get Treylon Burks in some of your rookie drafts. That's also a big thing, man. Don't just assume your rookie picks aren't valuable because of ADP and where players are slated to go this far out. Every rookie draft is different. There were drafts last year where I got Kyle Pitts at like the 108, 107. Like, players fall. I got Justin Fields at like a 105, 106. That was on the crazy ambassador video, but players fall in these rookie drafts. People make dumb mistakes. But I appreciate all you guys coming out. If it wasn't so late, I'd probably stick around here and answer more questions and hang out with you guys. But I appreciate everybody that came out. Appreciate Danny coming through. Appreciate all of the fellas in the chat supporting, repping. Now, with that being said, also just take a look at this team. This is how in a Dynasty startup, if I wanted to execute a 0 RB startup, this is how I do it. Double tap running back, or you don't have to double tap quarterback, but it's really nice having 2 elite QBs in Russell Wilson and Josh Allen, Deontay Johnson, DJ Moore, Travis Kelce. So we have an elite tight end. Ideally, in a 0 RB team, you have an elite tight end. Ideally, in an elite RB team or in a 0 RB team, you are elite everywhere else. So having a stud tight end, 2 stud quarterbacks, wide receivers that are sick through the flex, and then Aaron Jones and James Conner at that type of discount. Probably my favorite Dynasty Superflex mock that I've drafted on the channel so far. But as always, I love you guys. Make sure you go down below, subscribe, leave a like, and I will see you guys tomorrow for a rookie mock draft where I go through my top 12. So be on the lookout for that. Maybe even turn the notifications on for that. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.